On ancient Chinese bronze vessels, you will see a strange face. No body. No limbs. Just a huge mouth. Teeth protruding outward. Eyes wide open. As if, in the next second, it might leap off the vessel and swallow everything it sees. This is the Taotie, one of the 4 great malevolent beasts of ancient China. It symbolizes endless, insatiable greed. Yet few know that behind the Taotie lies a very ancient and extremely bizarre story. Hi everyone, welcome back to Shirley's channel. Today, I will tell you the tale hidden deep within myth. The devouring of Taotie. The classic of mountains and seas describes its appearance. Its form resembles a sheep, eyes under its armpits. When seen by humans, it will devour them. Later generations added different interpretations. Some say it looks like a dragon-headed beast. Some is a massive mask. Some simply a mouth with 2 eyes. Despite variations, all depictions share one feature. It eats. It only eats. It eats frantically. It devours enemies. Its own family. Its kind. Even its own body. All to satisfy that never-ending desire. This is the core symbolism of the Taotie. But why did it become the primary motif on ancient bronze vessels? To answer that, we need an old story. Long ago, in the chaotic era when humans and gods coexisted, on the barren northwest plains, there was a tribe called Jiangrong. The land was harsh, winds whipped endlessly, and survival was difficult. Yet there was one extraordinary leader, named Gutu. He was brave and wise, able to lead his people in hunting, settling, and building. Everyone depended on him, respected him, even worshipped him. But this very worship planted the seed of disaster. One year, the sky turned strange. Dark winds raged day and night. Wild animals hid. Plants withered. All food vanished. To survive, Gutu led his people searching for prey. But the land was dead and silent. Not even a rabbit in sight. Hunger twisted through the tribe like a venomous snake. People starved. Elders faltered. Children cried endlessly. The tribe looked at Gutu, their eyes full of fear, dependence, and hope. They needed him. They needed him to bring food. They needed a miracle. At that moment, Gutu himself began to feel a strange desire. A deep hunger. A primitive craving beyond any ordinary hunger. He wanted to eat. But not food. He wanted more. The tribe's oldest shaman noticed the change and warned him, "The tribe cannot go further. This land is strange and dangerous. If you cross the boundary, you will become a Taotie." Gutu didn't believe it. He thought the shaman was obstructing his leadership. But that night, at the peak of the famine, a tribesman, unable to endure hunger, killed a dying wild deer. The tribe rushed forward, sharing the meat. Gutu also took a piece, and then suddenly stopped. He looked at the meat, at the tribe scrambling for it, and suddenly felt a pleasure he had never known. They all depend on me. I give them food. I am also their food. In that instant, his eyes changed. He lifted his gaze and fell upon a weak tribesman. Hunger burned like fire inside him. He stepped forward, reached out, grabbed the person like a beast. That night, the plains echoed with the first tearing scream. The shaman watching from afar wept quietly. Indeed, he has become a Taotie. With the first bite of the forbidden meal, Gutu's body began to change. His torso shortened, limbs shrank, his head swelled, his mouth split from ear to ear, eyes bulged, and his teeth protruded like stone. The tribe fled in terror. Children cried. Elders fell to their knees. But the Taotie paid no attention. In its eyes, there was only one word: eat. That night, the Taotie chased, tore, and devoured. The tribe vanished like a storm. No one could escape its jaws. With every person swallowed, the Taotie's mouth grew longer, larger, more terrifying. Finally, It devoured the entire tribe. Only the wind remained over the empty plains. Standing in the ruins, it felt hunger again. This time, it looked at its own body, and it began to eat itself. From limbs, to abdomen, to chest. Bit by bit consumed, until only a massive head remained, and that eternally open mouth. The birth of the Taotie was complete. A tribe destroyed by greed, fear, and consumption. A man consumed by his own desire. Ancient people passed down this myth, not merely to frighten. The Taotie has no body, because it devoured itself. It only has a mouth, because the mouth represents desire. Ancient people wanted to teach us. The greatest enemy is not a monster, but unending greed. If a person is consumed by desire, they will, like the Taotie, eventually devour themselves. Why bronze vessels were decorated with Taotie? During the Shang and Zhou dynasties, nobles used vast quantities of bronze for rituals. Almost all important vessels featured the Taotie face at the center. Why? Because these vessels were not ordinary objects. They were sacred instruments, used to communicate with the gods. In the most solemn moments, nobles standing before the altar had to face the terrifying open mouth. A warning: do not be greedy. Do not overindulge. Do not let desire blind morality. The Taotie is a caution, a mirror, a marker of reflection left by the ancients. Every time wine is poured, every prayer recited, the Taotie watches coldly, reminding everyone, control your desires, or they will consume you. That's all for today's episode of Sherry's Strange Tales. If you enjoyed this kind of story, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.